in previous lecture we discussed about Alexander the Great. The way Alexander the Great was defeated from Indian kings, and ultimately now we are discussing what happened to this world after Alexander the Great. Just check out, I am drawing map here. It is required for our purpose. So now I am not drawing map from Europe. I am first focusing on Indian part. So we can start always here from Gujarat, then it is part of Rajasthan, then Punjab, Haryana, Jammu and Kashmir, then this is Myanmar part, Sri Lanka, Lakshadweep Islands, Pakistan part, this is Balochistan, Afghanistan, this is parts of Africa. Here we are getting Asia Minor, now I am showing here again boundaries, that is our natural boundaries, that is the Himalaya mountain. Now in case of India, we are getting here a mountain range that is called as Girnar mountain. Here in Rajasthan we are getting mountain range, it should be named as Adavali mountain, but in case of English, many times from Indian language, if D is there, sound of D, then it is written as sound of R, so they are pronouncing as Aravali. So this is Aravali mountain or Adavali mountain. This part we are calling as Western Ghat. Western Ghat is divided into three parts. Here we are having in Maharashtra and Goa range, we are calling that as Sahyadri. In case of Karnataka range, we are calling that as Nilgiri, and for Kerala we are calling that as Malaigiri. Now here it is Eastern Ghat, which is divided into parts, and ultimately there is fusion between Eastern Ghat and Western Ghat. We are calling this range as Annamalai. Now here Satpura mountain range, then Vindhya mountain range, Rajmahal hills. So this is basically we are discussing some important mountain ranges in India. Now here if you observe, the after death of we have to show river Indus as we discussed earlier. So this is river Indus. Alexander the Great returned from this river Indus and ultimately died at Babylon. Now after death of Alexander, there was conflict in his vast empire. Say his empire was there in Egypt, his empire was there in Arabia, his empire was there in Persia, Asia Minor, then this is the Greece part here, then Afghanistan, until river Indus. This empire of Alexander the Great was called as Hellenic world. There was struggle for supremacy, as at death of Alexander there was no legal and we can say mature heir for Alexander, and so the eastern part of empire was fallen in hands of Seleucus Nicator. He is one of the important friend and ablest noble. So that was Seleucus Nicator. So eastern part of his empire was fallen in hands of Seleucus Nicator. Now here the Seleucus Nicator was there at this portion. Now I am leaving over Alexander's empire and we are focusing on India again. As I am showing here different capitals or different parts. Here there was capital. This is Pataliputra or Patna. There Magad emperor was ruling from here. We are aware now his name was Dhanananda. Actually people entitled him as Dhanananda. His name was Mahapadmananda. Now just similarity, what I am saying, Nanda dynasty. Why I don't know, but these kings are ending with Ananda word. Mahapadmananda, like that, Dhanananda. So that word is not Nanda, that is Ananda. But many times we are calling that as Nanda dynasty. Same way, if you check out in Austria during First World War, just check out the name of emperor, Archduke Ferdinand. Prince we are calling, Austrian prince, Archduke Ferdinand. We are saying Ferdinand, but try to write down spelling of Ferdinand. You will get ending 4 letters as N-A-N-D. That is Nanda again. So I don't know whether there was connection between these type of dynasties, rulers, but we have got terrific similarities sometimes. Let us check out now here. The Nanda dynasty was ruling over here from Pataliputra, and their boundaries were extended till Yaudheya clan, that is till river Bias. Now Chandragupta was educated. Arya Chanakya and Chandragupta observed the invasion of Alexander the Great. They were highly inspired by the concept of Akhanda Bharat, that is undivided India. Why Alexander or why Persians were able to attack on India? The reason was that India was not united. And in order to get united, there must be some strong empire that can unite India, and for that purpose they decided to take over or get power in hands of Magad empire. Now I am just speaking in 4 to 5 lines actually, but actually there was vast efforts carried out by Chanakya and Chandragupta. Here the Chanakya is the important person. He says whatever he is following, that is called as Kutaniti, that is well carried out diplomacy. And then he turned out many nobles from Dhanananda towards his side, and ultimately after terrible war and series of wars, many times they lost also. Both of Chandragupta and Chanakya were there in forest without any food. They spent many days also in forest. So like that, after terrific hardship, they were managed a victory over Magad empire. See the difference here. Alexander was not able to manage victory over Magad empire, but Chandragupta and Chanakya managed to get victory over Magad empire, and this way they got power in hands of now Chandragupta. Now here Chandragupta got power from Dhanananda. So this was end of Nanda dynasty. Dhanananda was executed, and now this is beginning of new dynasty over Magad, that is named as Maurya dynasty on behalf of Chandragupta Maurya. They formed a vast empire first over here. He consolidated that empire and then turned over to this portion. Now till that there was some anarchic condition over here. Because Alexander was died, there was war of supremacy going on this Hellenic world, and Chandragupta and Chanakya taken advantage of this. They asked these nobles or whatever the feudals we are calling them as governors or kshatraps of Alexander to rebel against that. And this way Emperor Porus and all other feudal rebelled. Then Chanakya forced them to unite. See the example, Malava and Shudrak both united, therefore they were able to defeat Alexander. The same way, all people here in this territory united, and therefore they were able to now manage their empire. So under the leadership of Chandragupta, they consolidated empire in river Indus valley. Then onwards, they even executed whatever the Greek army kept over there. 2 Greek governors were kept at this level, 2 or 3 is the number of 2 or 3 Greek governors were there. So these governors were executed, and ultimately they got power of this territory also. Till that, Seleucus Nicator got power in hands. He was considered as eastern part of his empire, Alexander's empire, in his hand. And then from Hindu region, he challenged out newly formed empire of ChandraGupta Maurya. A terrible letter was sent by Seleucus Nicator to Chandragupta to leave this territory vacant for Seleucus Nicator, as they were overlord of the world, and this territory, whatever in river Indus valley, the territory belonged to Alexander the Great, and hereditary it should flow in hands of now Seleucus Nicator.